Hello, everybody, and welcome to another great episode of the Gridiron Glory podcast here with Tad and Will. We're here to talk to you today about a Week 12 matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears that took place in the Windy City between these two NFC North divisional rivals. The Bears wanted to come out here and definitely make a statement against their 8-2 division rivals at the time, and Caleb Williams obviously went out there and exuded some great leadership in that first quarter. And then the Vikings in that second quarter, they were like, hey, we're going to come out here. We're going to try to figure out a way to get this together. They did. Jordan Addison makes a big touchdown catch there. Sam Darnold, to be honest, he kind of looked shaky there in that first quarter, but then in the second half, he looks like he kind of got more comfortable, obviously getting Jordan Addison heavily involved in this football game. The Vikings, they really wanted to go out here on the road. They certainly did not try to play down to their divisional rival, but this is a feisty Bears team that honestly, really makes some big plays. I was kind of impressed with Caleb Williams. 32 of 47, 340 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, only the 3 sacks allowed. The Vikings, 24-10 with 7 minutes left. The Bears, they make this crazy comeback super late in the game. Tad, just like what was your take on just the Bears doing what they found a way to do late?
Yeah. The Vikings, they almost let this game get away from them. Because for the first, let's call it 58 minutes of regulation, this was a game that the Vikings had well in hand. They played very well. They were passing the ball around. They got Jordan Addison involved. They got TJ Hawkinson involved. Aaron Jones ran the ball well aside from his one fumble at the goal line. But they moved the ball well. But towards the end of the fourth quarter, the defense, they got really leaky at the end, giving up too many big plays. They had a hard time covering Keenan Allen, who had a big day, the seasoned veteran, with his first year with Chicago. So he was a revelation. DJ Moore made some big plays. Caleb made the plays that he had to, and obviously you get that touchdown. And then you also recovered the onside kick. Just some missed execution there from the Vikings. You just got to jump on that one and secure it. But sometimes that's just how it goes in the NFL. But after that, you still have a chance to stop the Bears from getting into field goal range. And instead, Caleb Williams finds a wide open DJ Moore. And this time, the kick by Mr. Cairo Santos does not get blocked. His previous field goals had been blocked. He's had 2 field goals blocked now in the last 2 games. Obviously, the heartbreaking finish against the Packers and the first field goal of this game was also blocked. So a difficult moment there. But then in the overtime, the Vikings, they come back, they figure it out. They get a big sack on the Bears' first drive. The Bears, obviously, they won the coin toss. They get the first possession, which you would expect. You'd expect them to get the first possession there. So then the big sack, and then Darnold drives the Vikings down the field. Big plays to Addison, big plays to Mr. TJ Hawkinson, and Justin Jefferson did have 1 catch in that overtime drive. A very quiet game for the star receiver, who had a very interesting reaction after the game, saying that I'm paraphrasing here and saying, either you cover me and then everyone else eats, or you don't cover me and then he goes off. So a very interesting statement. You see a lot of star receivers, they complain when they don't get a lot of targets, but instead with Justin Jefferson, he's very comfortable letting his teammates do the lifting if you're gonna like triple cover him.
Well, that's because Justin Jefferson is very secure in who he is.
For sure.
He's not an insecure guy out there. That just, to me, that exudes leadership, being very secure in who you are and, rooting on your teammates when they do succeed. So, Jordan Addison, 8 catches, 162 yards, and a touchdown. He even had a long catch of 69 yards and 9 targets. So, obviously, Tad, with your Vikes, the offseason issues with Jordan Addison, and then now he's on the field doing this. What's your take on him overall?
There's no doubt that he's a very talented receiver, the second-year player, out of USC through Pittsburgh as well. So he's had some big moments. Obviously, he's had some off-the-field concerns, but when you put him on the field, he can execute and he can certainly make plays. He's a playmaker.
Absolutely.
He can be sneakily good sometimes, you could say.
For the defense, Jonathan Greener, Blake Cashman, who else stands to you out on this Vikes defense? Obviously, Harrison.
Obviously, Andrew Van Ginkel, the Gink. He's had some big plays. You mentioned Jonathan Grenard had the big sack in overtime that really shut down the Bears drive. That wasn't a time when the Bears offense was cooking for most of the fourth quarter, but in overtime, they met the rude awakening of the Vikings defense.
They sure did. The Bears, they played a really good game. As much as that might be tough to say. DJ.
Yeah, they played good. The Bears. They came in. They wanted to win the game. They played a quality football game. For sure. Also credit to Parker Romo, the Vikings replacement kicker, 3 for 3, including the game-winning field goal.
Absolutely. Vikings win 30-27 in overtime. Next week, the Vikings will play.
Yeah, the Vikings are kicking off a 3-game homestand against the Arizona Cardinals.
And then the Chicago Bears in week 13.
The Thanksgiving game against Detroit.
The Detroit Lions. So there you have it. Vikings win 30-27. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow on the Gridiron Glory podcast.
Happy Thanksgiving week. Thanks for following.